About ready. This is the third of the night. They stand. Now they're set. And they're on their way in the third event. Moviegoer has begun well. Rare Earth is pushing forward from gate 2. Affirmation not too far away, and out wide is Daring Splendor as they settle fully into stride. Mr. G not too far away, then World Famous Man. About 2.5 lengths away, the favourite Denny Setterfield. Wing Warrior on the inside from We Own a Flyer, Can't Touch Me. And M16 went back to last, and at the moment about 10 lengths off the front runners. 1,000 metres to go, and it's Moviegoer off the rails from Affirmation, who holds the fence, and the tempo's fairly keen early on. About 2.5 lengths away, then Rare Earth, who goes into the box seat. Out very wide, the grey is Daring Splendor. Mr. G's having a nice run, being followed by World Famous Man. 1.5 lengths away, then Denny Setterfield. 2.5, We Own a Flyer, Can't Touch Me. M16, and 2.5 lengths away, ridden along as Wing Warrior as the field head up towards the turn, and it's Affirmation and Young THK with a lightweight 47.5 kilos, leads out by a length. They've got about 450 metres to go. Coming around the turn, Moviegoer second, Rare Earth right behind them, then World Famous Man. Mr. G's coming with a run, and Denny's pulled to the outside in the straight. Many hopes here. Moviegoer races up to Affirmation, who fights. Mr. G's coming on very swiftly, then Rare Earth. Denny on the outside is still a couple of lengths off Mr. G, who's racing up. Affirmation's fighting tenaciously now, running down with 100 metres to go. Don't think Denny can win from there. It's Mr. G and Affirmation there, the two fighting it out. Mr. G on the outside. Mr. G just from Affirmation, I'd say. Third is close also, and they're worlds apart. Denny deep on the outside, and back on the fence is Rare Earth. Close up in the middle, then we've got World Famous Man, Moviegoer. Then came Can't Touch Me, We Own a Flyer, Wing Warrior at M16. He went back today and he's finished towards the rear of the field, and after having a very tough run, Daring Splendor's gone about 50 metres past the post. Well, big finale, and Mr. G, Greg Cheen, has arrived, and have a look at the photo finish here. Boy, there's not much in it, but he'll get there. Number 7 will be first. 7 will be first. Affirmation's just been beaten here. Mr. G on the outside, and Greg Cheen gets a win. Heads up, heads down. Wasn't much between them, but it is Mr. G, to my eye, who has won this, but we'll wait for it to go up on the board. But if you've got a ticket with number 7 on it, you should be pretty pleased with yourself. Affirmation looks to have run second. Denny third, I'd say Rare Earth, and then World Famous Man close up in the middle. Nice race. And Mr. G, who obviously goes better on top of the ground. Promising horse. He's a horse who arrived on the scene with some encouraging displays. He, I'd say, lost form, but maybe it was just a case that he wasn't able to get on the right tracks. A couple of performances on yielding track, particularly behind Wazake. On Gold Cup Day, he was finished in a long way behind them. Blinkers have gone on his last couple. Third to Sichuan Ruler was good. But down on a very light weight here. And Greg Cheen, who hasn't been in Singapore all that long, but he's got a win there. And very important for these newcomers to get up and running quickly. Stevie Bast has been able to do it, and a couple of wins now for Greg Cheen as well, so he'll be well pleased with that. And a horse who, as I said, is a promising enough horse. He's firmly entrenched now in Class 4, but wouldn't be surprised to see him continue on in a good patch of form if he gets on top of the ground. He's by Novere out of Guidance, a 4-year-old chestnut Australian bred gelding, trained by Stephen Gray and ridden by Greg Cheen and raced by the Whiz Bang stable, and that includes Gary Chris from Racing and Sports. So well done to Gary, tremendous supporter of racing here in Singapore. Mr. G first, second goes to Affirmation, Mark Walker and T.H. Co. by Fastnet Rock out of Firm Lane. A grey New Zealand bred gelding with a light weight. Was never going away, was he? Just kept battling away. Nice run. 7-9. Third goes to 2, and that is Denny. Seemed to have his chance, but maybe a few of these other horses went particularly well. Just made it a bit tough with a 56.5, but he stuck to his guns out wide. Wasn't such a bad run by Elstrom out of Zeno Bell, Joe Marira and Laurie Laxon, a 4-year-old New Zealand bred gelding. 7-9-2, fourth goes to 1, fifth in 10, 124.36, so considerably slower than Freesmaster, about a second slower, I think, than Freesmaster ran for the 1400 metres, and it's Mr. G, the winner here. Numbers 7, 9, 2, 1, short head by 2 1/4. Nice to see Mr. G winning again as he returns with Greg Cheen in the saddle after race 3.
Yeah, and you appreciate the good racing surface here tonight, Mr. G. And well done to all concerned with the Whiz Bang stable. And Greg Cheney starting to get a few better rides here and knock in a few winners here in Singapore. South African that been riding successfully in Hong Kong before he made the move here to Singapore. And just waiting, there's Stephen Gray down there. Well, we're waiting for Stephen Gray to come down for the photo. He's down there. Stephen and his wife Bridget. And it was a nice victory. He had to really work for it to get past Affirmation. It was a good old fight in the home straight.
It certainly was, and till the last 3-4 strides, it was just up and down on the bob nose, and it was finally in the last 5 strides or so that Greg was able to get his horse out in front. So Stephen Gray will be happy with this one, and that's a nice winner.
Yeah, and Affirmation, it can be a bit in and out, but he was in good form here tonight. He was up there on the pace, Affirmation, and with the claim for Co, he's batted on well. Picked them up in the home straight. We've got Affirmation on the rails. He batted on quite well. Danny just found it a little bit tough with the higher weight here tonight, but it was Mr. G who went up and put the pressure on Affirmation in the home straight. Just in behind them, we've got World Famous Man and Moviegoer. On the rails is Rare Earth, getting in